there's almost nothing left of the 1,000 or so souls that fought down there. Most of the goblins are dead, and so are most of the humans.
Iris, you just see actual... She has never been seen angry, but it's clear that she is extremely annoyed by this. As she looks up towards the tower, and she's going to run up to the top, the highest point in the castle.
Okay.
Since she's digging her feet into the stone and breaking it.
What are the rest of you gonna do? You see that Logan is starting to make his way down the tower. He's trying to get back down there to the battlefield.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
also making my way down to the battlefield. I'm gonna try and help out the survivors. I'm at this point dropping my invisibility. There's not really much of a point.
Alyssa's making her way down to the battlefield too. She looks rather dispassionate. Her first order of business is to try to acquire souls.
As I said, she basically put her fingers into the stone of the castle and crawled to the highest point. She's trying to see where it came from.
As you do that, you can very clearly see at the distance a very long way away from you. You see something in the air, a floating ship. You see smoke is rising from where the cannons were fired. You see on the ship, even though the distance is big, your eyes are well trained. You can, for most, this would be a very incredible feat, but for you, this is natural. You manage to make out, as you focus, a lot of figures on the ship. You see them. Even though you cannot hear them, you can almost hear it in your mind. You can read their body language. They're laughing. They're happy. This has been a great success for them, and they're just enjoying the handiwork. Only one among the people of the crew is not smiling or is not celebrating what just happened. And that certain somebody is just casually sitting in a chair and has noticed that you're looking at them. And she is looking back at you with no sign of interest on her face. She just observed what happened and she cares not for anything else.
How far away are they exactly? Like very, very far?
The ship, by a rough estimate, is at least 1.5 kilometers away. It's a pretty long distance.
Well, she's basically glaring, since I can't throw that far. She is glaring towards
Your glaring is met with full disinterest. This woman doesn't care. She just surveyed what happened. You see her making a motion with her hand. The ship is starting to cloak and float away. With her work done, she is leaving. You hear the groans, the cries, and the pain of everybody around you. The battle has almost completely stopped. There's a few goblins and soldiers still fighting, but most are in full retreat and trying to recover and keep each other safe and get help. Another scene catches your attention, however. The captain is down, and so is the flag he was carrying, covered in his blood. William Stone is completely covered in shrapnel, and he is in a critical condition. He has used his body as a shield to cover Mary and his second in command, Mary, and now she is trying to give him first aid. You see that she is trying to give him CPR because he doesn't seem to be breathing. And as you get closer, you can hear her frustration and desperation starting to kick in. Come on, not like this. You're not making me a widow, not like this. Wake up, damn you. Wake up. And she starts hitting him harder and harder, trying to get him up. But the captain doesn't respond. Come on, damn it. Come on, wake up. She is starting to panic. Her husband refuses to get up.
Can Iris land right beside them?
Vendrik, no. He is in critical condition, but it's still not fatal. There is a chance he can be saved if he gets immediate treatment.
Yeah, Iris basically dropped down beside him at this point.
You're making your way there,
wait, I just jumped.
That Mary has given up. You see that her eyes are full with tears because the man that she loves is, for all intents and purposes, seems that he's not breathing. He's covered in blood. She takes a look at her hands, which are tied in his blood, and you see a calm begin to pass over her mind. Her tears are quickly replaced with silent but deadly rage as she picks up her weapon and picks up his weapon as well in her free hand. She turns around and you quickly realize why the soldiers have lovingly dubbed her Bloody Mary. She begins to bathe in the blood of her enemies. Not caring, she begins slashing left and right. Whether the goblins are still alive, whether they want to fight, whether they're dead on the ground, she doesn't care. Every goblin she passes by, she indiscriminately begins ripping them to shreds. Blood is flowing everywhere.
I wouldn't get near her when she's like that.
Fuck it, I'm stopping her. I'm not fearful.
Right.
It's one of my flaws.
Before you move on to Vira, you have a bad habit of moving on. Remember, I am going down to see the guy.
Yeah,
okay?
I know. So
cool.
Now that that has happened, you can go and try to help him. Vira, as you're trying to stop her, Gio is trying to plant you in place. He's saying, "My dear, don't. She is enraged. She will hurt you too. Leave her be. I know you want to help her, but we can do nothing for her now. Let's try to save her husband."
Right. So she's basically just screaming. But by the way, as Iris lands and Vendrik says, would you hold this while I work? It's like, it's better if I do this. And she's basically slams down the box that she has across her back normally, and she opens it. Basically, she's starting to use all 8 talismans just that I have left, one after the other.
Give me a roll for that.
What roll? What should I roll?
Just a sec, let me think. Medicine, yeah, medicine. No, wait. For you, yours is different from medicine. What's a good stat for you that we can use? Let's see. Wait, is medicine okay for you? Do you have it?
I have 3 in it. That's basically it.
Tell you what, roll medicine, but with an advantage.
So, as if I'm proficient in it. No, as
Yep.
well.
Doesn't matter, just roll me with advantage for medicine. Plus, we'll add a bonus because Vendrik is helping you actively as well, and you're using up all your talismans.
So that's 23.
So that's way over 20. You managed to stabilize him.
Yeah.
It's a small miracle, but the man starts breathing. For pained as it is, he begins to breathe.
But by the way,
he is out cold.
Yeah,
he is gonna need some help to recover still, but he's crossed the line. He's fine.
Okay, at this point, I am going over to Mary and kind of grabbing her wrists and just like, he's fine, he's stable, just stop. He's fine, go over to your husband, he's fine.
As you're trying to calm her down, Vira, there's another tremble in the ground. It seems that your tribulations are not over. Everybody panics and is immediately consumed by fear, wondering whether another bombardment is going to start. You see that they're all shell-shocked, everybody's scared. However, it is not what they expected. The trembling is from something else. You see that deep from the fortress, something has just freed itself and is making its way to the front line. And it seems like it's still in the mood for a fight.
Alright, Alyssia is wearing leather armor, if that helps.
Something massive has just made its way towards the battlefield. With each step, the earth beneath you begins to shake. The remaining goblins are in full retreat. Nobody else is staying to fight. And as they're trying to run, you see this massive beast in his blood rage begin to pick them up and literally rip their heads from their bodies and tossing them aside, reveling in the bloodshed. The remaining the lucky 7 soldiers that remain are starting to quickly shout and trying to form a line and regroup. However, this beast is not in the mood to wait for that to happen. It's getting ready to charge and fight. And Mary, in her current mood, is not in the mood for this bullshit. Since you're the closest one, Vira, you can see it in her eyes. You've seen those eyes before. Those are the eyes of somebody that's made up their mind. It's either that beast is gonna die or she is gonna die. And she immediately starts charging for the fucker.
Oh, it's a good thing I preemptively put mage armor on her. She's a little less fucked.
And thus, once again, you are in combat.
Boop. Essentially, she just comes in.
Start punching at its leg, trying to disturb its balance and maybe topple it. This thing doesn't budge an inch. It lets out a roar that almost deafens you, and its hand quickly begins to come down on top of you. For its size, it's deceptively quick. It catches you by surprise, but before it manages to get a hit in, Bloody Mary manages to catch up to you and intercepts it, plunging both her blades into his hand and pushing you out of the way of harm. The beast roars as its fingers get pierced. She quickly draws her weapons back and joins you right in front of it to keep fighting it.
Yeah.
Vira, it's your move.
Well, guess it's time to earn my paycheck. I'm gonna kind of like say like Geo, and then I'm just gonna like nod at him. Think you could take him?
Geo you don't need to say anything, and Geo doesn't need to say anything. You know exactly what time it is.
Yeah, basically I'm activating my reality marble. Yep. Also, give me a second, my sister's yelling.
You have a choice, do you wanna engulf specific people or just everything around you?
I am bringing just everybody there. Like, who exactly is there?
Don't take Vendrik all the thing.
If you want, you can exclude Mary and the soldiers from it, or you can bring everybody else as well.
Where's Logan?
Logan is down there nearby you. He was checking up on the captain, making sure he's gonna make it.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this thing, Iris, Alyssia, myself. I said Logan, didn't I?
You can
no,
bring
I didn't.
him as well, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'll let Mary in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because Vendrik has a
You're
job.
basically bringing the party,
And
Logan,
Vendrik's
and
not coming in because he needs to take care of the other guy. But yeah, that's who I'm bringing in. I'll just write it down in the chat.
No, that's fine. I gotcha.
Alright, so yeah. It's reality marble time.
Did you think of something cool you wanna say when you trigger it?
Not yet.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna giant lightning sword.
Reality marble. You guys have already experienced this twice, once with Vira and once with Albert, so unfortunately there's no way your stomachs are ever gonna get used to this feeling, but at least you know what's happening. Soon enough, you see the familiar scenery that Vira once showed you. Now, an interesting fact, Vira, to the statues that are at the bottom of the sea, did you add anything extra yet, or no?
Not yet.
Okay. So everything is being pulled into her world. The beast doesn't seem to give a fuck much about that. He just lets out an angry roar. And now, it's his move, because he actually rolled better than Vendrik. He is making a grapple attack, so Iris, choose either strength or dexterity and try to resist it.
Ah, cool.
You fail! The beast manages to grab you in his massive hands. Unless you wanna use your reroll.
I'll get grabbed, who cares?
He grabs you in his massive paws and he looks for a suiting place to chuck you at. And since there's no longer any tall and hard buildings around, he just flings you in the sea. And he's got a very good hand. He flings you a good 200-300 meters easily.
Well, actually, since I have slow fall...
all you see is an endless sea. You're kind of in trouble right now.
Well, I have slow fall, so if he throws me, I can just slow my being thrown. I'm just like, wait! And just coming down towards the ground again.
Because
Turns
of
out
that,
you're actually
however,
part flying squirrel.
Because of that, however, Bloody Mary manages to get a few pot shots in him for free. Vendrik, it's your move.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna dimension door out of here. And then when I appear on the other side, order the nearest person to take me to the medical tent right away.
Okay, make sure you mention with the captain.
Well, yeah, I'm with him, obviously. I just leave him there.
It's like, oh wait, I forgot something.
You've been pranked.
It would be completely Vendrik just to say fuck this and go and disappear.
Alyssia,
what do you mean?
It's your move. What's up?
Iris owes me something now.
Who, me?
Yep, it's your
right.
move. What
Well,
do you do?
I've been sneaking, so Alyssia is going to peek around from wherever she was sneaking.
Now there's a lot of trees and shrubbery around, so sneaking is much easier.
Yeah, you're in the forest.
Well, that's great.
The surrounding forest.
Well, since
As long as Vira wills it on her next turn, the entire world will be your friend.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
since this chucklefuck is now busy being grappled or grappling someone, I'm going to shoot an arrow at him.
Technically,
Go
you
for
just
it.
threw someone.
Keep in mind, he is surprised.
Oh, he's surprised?
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Reality
Okay.
marvel.
Well, you hit, so you're hitting him from an angle he doesn't expect, so... You hit
Wait, I don't
advantage.
remember. Like, does surprise give advantage?
Yeah. Get advantage on your opponent.
Oh, holy
Why
crap!
not? Here
Okay.
comes your backstab, do it.
Wow.
No,
You tried.
That's still gonna be a 13, but that's fucking like how?
no, sorry, that's not gonna hit.
I'm not even. Wow. Wow.
Wait, Vira, did we skip your last turn?
Yeah,
No, we didn't,
you
right?
just... No, I just activated the reality marble, and then you just went to him.
activated it. Yeah. Actually, wait, didn't we agree that when you are activated, you can immediately move?
Yes.
So, since we kind of skipped you, that's my bad. I'm gonna say that all the effects that you wanna take in the world, you can handle now. So, now that Iris is being flanked and she's probably gonna need a help, I'm gonna say that you can automatically help her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a tree root burst from the ground and just kind of grab her.
Yeah, and
lightly.
get her safely back to
Lightly.
ground.
Yeah, and then just like deposit you back on the ground. Give you a
And,
thumbs up,
if you
and
wanna
then just
help
disappear.
Alyssia, I'm gonna allow it as well. Alyssia, even though you fired that arrow, you're still considered hidden, and you can still surprise him.
Well,
Yeah, the
mean,
trees are
Since the
moving
entire
to hide
forest
you.
is working in your favor right now.
actually, I can
trees
do
are
that
moving.
anyway because of Skulker. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but the trees are
Right,
moving.
Iris, thanks to Vira's
I'm
help, you're
helping.
now back on your feet and near this fucker. What do you do?
Oh, well, I'm back on my feet now. It was like, right, let's try this again. And essentially, this time, what she's doing is she's going behind, like trying to get behind him and slashing at the back of his leg with her like fingers. And I can use my abilities.
Trying to take a move from Logan's book, huh? Oh, no wait, only 3 of those hit.
Really? He's got more than 14? This dude is 15 feet tall and with no armor. How does he have so much AC? Alright,
No,
I'm
wait, oh shit, wait, I'm looking at the wrong stack. He has 12. Never mind, all of those hit. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
I forgot I'm looking at the wrong shit. Never mind.
Right,
I was
so,
looking at one of the orcs.
right, he has to make a dex save or be put prone, and also I'm attempting to stun him, so you've got to make a con save.
There is no way you can knock him out prone. He's like many categories above your size.
Yeah, but I'm doing it in a skillful way. I'm taking out his knee. Doesn't matter how big they are, if he can't stand on
You
his
can
leg.
knock him down to his knee, but you can't fucking get him on the ground prone. No way.
That counts as prone.
Let's see if you make it anyway. What's the DC again?
17.
No, he can't make it. So I'm gonna say that you managed to knock out one of his knees temporarily.
He's wobbly.
Vira, it's your move, and as your move begins, there is something else that happens. The world is shaking.
What? Huh?
And
Oh,
as,
that's Geo. Okay.
And as that scream fills the air, Geo takes his massive Titan form and he is charging to face this guy face on there. Geo is actually a bit bigger than this guy.
He's like twice as tall. He's 30 feet tall.
Yeah, Geo is pretty big, but this guy is pretty bulky, so they seem like they're gonna have quite the face-off.
Not if I can help it. Alright, 2, I'm just gonna have a bunch of roots come from the ground, wrap around his ankles, and rip his feet out from under him, slamming him on his back.
Okay, so make me a grapple attack.
Legit.
Yep, legit.
Call that for being prone.
No, wait, give me a grapple attack at an advantage. I think that's only fair. Give me a grapple attack at an advantage.
Well, apparently the roots have -1 strength, so, crying.
I'm gonna say they probably don't have that minus, so there's +2, but even with that, it's not gonna be enough, sorry. So what's your move gonna be?
Can I just bombard him?
That was basically a reaction, extra action.
I'm just gonna bombard him with psychic stuff because I doubt that he's intelligent.
Oh, he looks like a dumbass, trust me.
Yeah, so basically I'm just gonna bombard him with like, psychic... Oh yeah, here we go. Fuck you.
Hey Amanda.
What?
Old person would work so well.
Oh yeah, you're right! I'm gonna do this instead. Alright,
I'm the voice of magic in your ear.
So,
he has to make a wisdom save. He has to make a wisdom save.
Is there even a point of me rolling? What's the DC?
16.
Well, technically he can make it, let's see.
Give like rolls of 120.
I mean, unless he rolls a perfect 20, he can't make it.
Alright, he is now paralyzed. And at the end of each of his turns, he can make another wisdom save. If he doesn't succeed, he's still paralyzed. So now he's in perfect punching condition. Also, just reiterating, he does not become unparalyzed by taking damage. He's only unparalyzed if he succeeds the wisdom save.
Gotcha. Well, after you, it's actually his turn, so he can't do anything about it. However, you see that his helmet is beginning to shine. That's actually a magical item. And it breaks your cold spell. However, his turn is wasted, so he actually cannot do anything.
Do it again.
He just lets out another battle roar. Vendrik, it's your move.
Where's Logan in all of this? Is he just standing around looking impressed?
You're not sure what Logan is doing. He seems to just be watching the fight unfold.
Alright, he's just standing around looking impressed. I can deal with that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be a 10.
No. That's not gonna hit, sadly. Your arrow flies off towards the helmet and it pings off it. Sadly, you were off mark. Iris, it's your move.
Damn it.
Cool. So basically, as she's still behind the creature and still on one knee, she's basically just going to kick off the ground, flip over the creature, and I'm attempting to slash just between his eyes. Essentially, I'm trying to blind him.
You're gonna have to climb him first. He's pretty big. Can you do that?
He's only 15 feet. I can jump higher than that.
Oh, okay then.
So yeah, I'm just flip and attempt to slash across his face. Do I get any disadvantage or advantage or?
No, just roll me normally. As you start punishing him straight in the face, the guy lets out a roar and he's starting to get back up since you knocked off one of his knees. Mary tries to take full advantage of that and starts stabbing her swords on the back of his knee, trying to disable him and topple him over. She draws a lot of blood, but the big fucker continues getting back up. Vira, it's your move, and as your move starts, Gio rushes forward and trades fist with this guy. They begin basically trading fists right in front of you with Iris in the middle.
Wait.
I want to ask him to take the helmet off.
Oh, in that case, instead of trading blows, Gio tries to take the helmet off. Let's see how he manages.
Come on, I believe in you.
There can be miracles.
Little bit harder. Gio is actually gonna forsake all defense and all sense of preservation, since he doesn't have to worry once the reality marble ends. And is fully focused on removing the helmet. What happens is, rather than defend himself from the incoming blows, Gio focuses straight up on the helmet, and the big orca, fuck it, what was the name? Uruk, yeah, Uruk. The big Uruk completely starts to destroy and pummel Gio's body, but Gio doesn't care. His focus is on getting the helmet off, and through some pretty intense effort, he manages to take the helmet off and toss it aside.
I'm immediately casting whole person. Or monster.
However, since the helmet is off, that's as much as he can do, and Gio is pulverized by the enemy. he turns into shadows and disappears. His Titan form is defeated. He is back inside you, Vira.
I'm immediately casting Hold Monster. And grabbing the helmet.
Fails.
And grabbing the helmet and running the fuck away.
That thing's probably bigger than you. How the fuck do you lift it?
It's her world, it weighs nothing.
You cannot lift that helmet, no way.
It's my world, I can do whatever I want.
It doesn't make you Superman, it just means you control the world.
Actually, that's explicitly what it does do.
He tries to get free from the spell, but fails. Vendrik, it's your move.
Everything go basically just assume until something happens. I'm either sorting out the whole medical scenario, or maybe in about 5 minutes when I feel like she's probably gonna have passed out, I'll check if the reality marble's down.
The reality marble is gonna break soon, so everybody should start getting ready for what happens.
Okay, in which case I snap the attention of the nearest person, tell them to look after the captain, and I just start doing some basic stretches. Or getting the trajectory for a fireball.
Whatever scene pops out of the reality marble, you're not alone out there, Vendrik. And though under different circumstances you'd be in a cold sweat, right now under these circumstances you are not, because you're surrounded by people that are about to help you. Who these people are, we're gonna find out once the reality marble breaks. Speaking of which, it's almost about to break. Alyssia, what's your move?
Right, so this struggle fuck is paralyzed, right?
Yep.
What does it mean again? Advantage?
I'm assuming so.
Here, I'll look up the specifics.
Yeah, well,
that's fine,
I'm
just roll the
advantage.
advantage. Let's not waste too much time since we still have quite a bit to go. We should get this done.
Considering that would be a 27, I assume that hits.
Yep.
Well, that's neat. And I'm going to add sneak attack to that. So, yeah. So, 29.
Nice.
Oh, any...
It's
oh, no,
move.
never mind.
No, it's only melee attack.
By the way,
Yeah, any melee attack that hits is automatically a critical.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I guess my blinding technique didn't work at all.
Blinding technique?
I specifically
Oh no,
said
you just
that's
scratched his face. He's huge, dude.
I was aiming for his eyes, but okay. But anyway. Since that's that, I guess I'm just going to attack him. There we go. Nah, I failed the last one.
You get advantage on all the attacks.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, he's paralyzed.
Well, I'll just roll.
Just roll for the last one.
Yeah, roll for the last one again. There we go.
That's
Okay,
3 hits.
That's 3 crits.
Oh, crits?
He's auto-critted as well because he's paralyzed.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I guess I'll roll more.
So just roll the damage dice twice.
How much is that?
But there was a reason I was whispering at Amanda intently to roll monster.
39.
Vira, this is your last move, and after this, the reality marble is gonna break. What do you do?
I'm dragging the helmet away from the guy.
You can't. That thing is massive.
I can try. I have the power of nature. I'm just gonna. All right, fine. I run away, and there's roots coming out of the ground.
If you wanna use your world to help you, you're gonna get a bonus, but it's still not certain. That thing's massive, dude.
Just bury it in the ground. Just have Earth open up, swallow it. Done.
All right, fine. The Earth opens up and eats it. It's gone now.
Okay, you can do that. However, do keep in mind your reality marble's about to break. So.
Well, it's gone now, so whatever.
For now,
Right,
at least.
since that's your move.
Oh,
Vendrik,
and I'm
you
also
see
running the hell away.
Vendrik,
and then I'm
you see
just
the
gonna
reality
sit
marble
down.
is breaking. Everybody is coming out of it. Whatever magic and everything else was cast in there is immediately broke, so that thing is not gonna be held in place anymore. Quickly pop out. So does it, and it's pissed as fuck after you guys took quite a few pot shots at it.
Technically, it would still be paralyzed as the spell's effect is not affected by me not
when the
dying.
reality marble breaks, all spells in it break as well.
Okay, fine.
And as that happens, Vendrik, you and your friends that have been waiting at the sidelines have a chance to do their thing. The rest of you, as you pop out, you see that Vendrik is surrounded by a pact of heavily armored paladins led by a certain man you might remember.
Is it?
Wait, Vendrik surrounded by paladins? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, it's this guy. Okay.
As you guys pop out, you see this guy and his paladins begin to step forward. He looks towards you guys and he says, "This makes us even." And as he says that, he gives the order and the paladins begin charging head first into that beast.
Got some real shitty news for that beast.
Vendrik, it's your turn.
Yeah, I've got some real shitty news for that beast. DC 17. I'm slightly higher than she is.
He fails.
He's paralyzed. As I stand there, then.
And as he gets paralyzed, the paladins pounce on him all at once. Captain Markov charges headfirst with no weapons and slams his entire body into the massive beast, headfirst, without a care. The rest of the paladins quickly catch up and begin slicing and dicing this giant monster into pieces. And as it helplessly stands there, they just take their time, ripping it completely to shreds. The beast is alive, but he no longer has any legs. So he topples over like a slab of meat as they continue to slash and thrust their weapons inside it.
I'll allow him to be able to move his eyes so he can look around and see how badly he's getting destroyed.
At this point, there's no point for a turn order. This guy is literally waiting to get killed. He's got about another 400 health left, but there's pretty much nothing he can do.
Yes, mage supremacy.
So if you guys want to take a few more pot shots, make it quicker, now would be the chance. Are you guys gonna help him out, finish it?
Well, it just seems like they've got this covered. I mean, Eris is standing back as a swarm of paladins are just stabbing us.
I mean,
I'm catching up on my sleeping.
Alyssia kind of wants to kill something, so she's going to leap on its back and start hacking away with her sword.
So Alyssia is probably gonna be the one that's gonna collect the soul from this beast.
Oh yeah, by the way, Alyssia is like displaying some real emotion while she's hacking away at the beast. It's glee.
I mean, I've just got the usual shit-eating grin as I just hold it in place.
Like, picture a kid with candy, and that's Alicia's like face as she's hacking away at the demon. Or what was like Urk?
Urk.
Urk.
Yeah.
A mix between an orc and an ogre. Right. It's not long before the beast is dead, this time for good. And the paladins let out a victorious roar to signal that the fight is over. And as they're celebrating, the captain is slowly making his way towards you guys. By the way, you'll probably notice that Logan has disappeared. He is nowhere near that area anymore.
Aw, now he's not standing around looking impressed and surprised at the fact that my mind palace is so nice and cheerful.
By the way, meanwhile...
As the captain approaches you, he once again says with a big smile, "Like I said, this makes us even."
Hey! What? Twice?
He's got to next